Jordan!
Iain!
Who went for a nice day out at a farm, was mistaken as one of the pigs, ignored when they said, "No, I'm human," was starting to get worried until they discovered the ample feeding schedule, so played along and now lives a happy life, touted as the world's smartest farm animal.
Seth Rogen?
No. Two guys! What?
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, for some reason I can do a fantastic Seth Rogen impression when he laughs. Yeah, I can't do a normal speaking voice, but his laugh, I've got that down.
It's almost like he's turning into a farm animal, actually. The transformation's complete. Hey, I mean, it's no worse than Jimmy Carr's laugh.
Very true. Why does he laugh inwards? It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's an inward take of breath, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
He's just wrong.
He is totally. Hello, and welcome to episode 102 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where I've just told you the reason that I'm too scared to visit a farm, but this is one guy who's been dying to take me on a delightful farm shop day out. I think he's trying to get rid of me. It's Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I'm really good. I had a pretty good week so far.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
So, a couple of days ago, I was invited to our neighbour's wedding, which was super fun. It's our neighbours that we share the drive with, so we both know the internal struggles of the car shuffle when one car is just in front of the other and the other person needs to get out and then you have to go and shuffle your cars around. So we have a mutual respect of that.
Yeah.
And that kind of bonded us from the beginning. But we've got to know them since they've moved in together.
Turns out they're dickheads. The only reason I was at his wedding is to make a ruckus.
Yeah. And hopefully get them to piss off on a honeymoon.
Throw eggs at the bride, you know.
Oh, that would have been horrible. No, they're really lovely and they've been waiting to get married for about a year now.
They should have brought the date closer. I mean, you know, it's all on them. They set it.
I mean, not necessarily. It depends if the venue's free.
Go somewhere else.
Just do it on the street.
Get married on your driveway. There you go.
Oh, no, I'll have to shuffle the cars around.
Yeah, of course.
So, it was a lovely December wedding, and originally they'd asked if we, as Walking on Air, would play some music for them during their drinks reception and so on.
Right, you and Duck Lady.
That's the one. However, unfortunately, Sophie had to be on holiday or some bollocks and she's away.
What the hell?
Enjoying herself.
Ugh.
You know, selfish.
Disgusting, really.
Terrible. You know, when someone's wedding is at stake.
I know.
And, you know, she just decides to go off and enjoy the lakes.
Disgusting behaviour, really.
It really is. So, Duck Lady, if you're listening.
Get a grip.
Luckily, Iain said it, not me. So, anyway, so obviously that didn't happen. So, they wanted me to just do some solo music. I agreed to it initially, but then I thought...
You thought, oh man, the decks are in the attic. I have to get all my dubstep down, you know, can't be bothered with that.
Could you imagine? That'd be about the worst wedding reception in history.
You with your sideways cap on, your shades. Are you all ready to party?
Yeah. Oh, God, that'd be horrible.
I'd pay for that at my wedding.
I came to my senses, and that didn't happen because I thought, it's not the kind of thing I do. I just don't think it would be right. So in the end, I offered my magic services for them.
Oh, very good.
So I did some walk-around strolling card magic for them. That was super fun. Really, really enjoyed it. And there was a really nice moment where I gave a deck of cards to a guy to shuffle, and the chap was shuffling and accidentally dropped a card. It landed face down on the floor.
The fool!
Loser! And I picked it up. He didn't see what it was, but I asked him to name a card, and that miracle happened where it was exactly the right card. And I really couldn't top that. So that was nice.
So you left?
Yeah, that was it. The wedding was over then.
They're just about to say their vows, and you're like, right, wedding's over, people. Clear the room. Get out.
Kick the double doors.
Obviously, yeah.
Spring the cards in the air. Just let them shower like confetti. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, should have done that in a minute.
But yeah, so that was super fun. And then as a little added bonus, the bride-to-be is quite friendly with my wife.
Oh.
And so she's often come over to our house for a couple of drinks while her husband-to-be is out working. And it came to fruition that the bride and husband-to-be were both watching a Netflix Netflix thing a few nights ago when this happened, and there was this song that played that they both loved, and they decided, I would love that to be our wedding dance song. But unfortunately, it didn't really exist as a recording. It kind of had dialogue over the top, wasn't really accessible.
Right.
I said to her, I tell you what, I know that you sing, so I'll create a track for you. If you want to sing over the top of it, it'll be a little bit of a surprise for the husband-to-be. And even if you don't use it as a first dance song, I thought maybe it might be a nice little gift and a little surprise.
Yeah, nice little present.
Exactly. So we did that. It went really well. It sounded really nice. And they did actually end up using it as the first dance song.
Aww.
And what was really cool is that we managed to keep that a secret. So the husband-to-be did not know it was her singing until the moment he was dancing.
Right.
And I caught a video of it. It's like mouthing, is that you? And it was a really sweet moment.
I've just got this image in my head, right, of him going, is that you? And I going, yeah. And him just like falling to the floor in a massive bundle of relief and just be like, look, you've been leaving the house. You've been going over to see Jordan, and all I hear coming out of the window is, I didn't know what was going on. I'm so relieved.
My wife been taking the dogs out.
Is your husband watching? Does he know you're here? Get in.
That's not where I thought it was going. I thought you were going to say he falls to the floor in hysterics. This is fucking shite.
Yeah, she can't sing. Poor lass.
But no, it was really nice, and it was a really sweet moment. So it was a good day all round, I'd say.
Very nice. I just got one question for you.
Go on.
When you were doing your walk around magic act, did you encounter, there's always that one person who's like, oh, I know what you're doing. Oh, pass me the cards. I'll show you a trick.
Yeah.
Oh, you just got a four of spades up your ass. I know you just put it in there and you pull it out.
That is how I do most of the tricks, though.
You're a kinky magician.
Did I experience that? Every single person I showed a trick to was that person.
Oh, really?
And I just got my knuckle duster.
Ow.
And I just, boom, that's it. And soon enough, they stopped. It's funny.
Think of a number. 4. Perfect. Yep. Bunch of 4s coming at you right now. In brass form.
The 4 is actually the number of the card that he dropped, funny enough.
How weird. And when he bent down to pick it up, swift knee to the nose, drop my cards.
Then I added that one to his ass. There's that real classic. It's just reminded me. It often happened at conventions. So when magicians get together, and we could be all stood up, just kind of shuffling cards and chatting and enjoying life.
Yep.
And then someone drops some cards, and it's such a good moment when, as they bend down to pick them up, you put a couple of extra cards on their back.
Oh, God.
So then they stand up, those fall, and they're like, oh, there's a bit more. And you do that for as long as you can make it work. It's never ending.
Oh, magician's humour.
Oh, yes, it's the height of comedy, which is where I get it from.
There's 2 guys in that pub that you talk about, is it Blackpool?
Yeah.
Still doing that to this day.
Yeah, they've not left for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
They're like,
poor guys.
I'm sure I'd have picked them all up by now.
Mate, at that point, you would just think, F cards, I'm parched.
Fuck it, I'm doing coin magic.
Yeah, F it, I'm going to be an electrician.
Exactly. How was your day?
Same old for me, mate. Here's a bit of news for you. I went to Iceland and bought some frozen festive bakes from Greg's that I can cook at home.
Oh, I thought you meant on a nice cruise.
Got now.
Went to see the Northern Lights.
No, not. I mean, I'd love to see the Northern Lights, but no, I'm very poor. So.
Oh, I saw them from our street.
Yeah, I know you did. You're sending me pictures, going, "Oh, look how beautiful this is, mate." And I was like, "Mate, I'm looking at the same sky and I can't see anything." And you're rubbing it in, and you're like, "Oh, it's red and beautiful. Oh, Ian. Oh, it's amazing." Anyway, Jordan, me old sausage.
That's me.
I think we're waffled on a little bit long today, so I think we should probably just start talking about some stuff that people might actually want to listen to. And let's begin by you telling us what you're going to be going into today.
So today, Ian, I have for you some genuinely true news headlines that make you do a bit of a double take.
Oh, nice.
Things that just make you go, what? That's what I've got for you today.
Like, woman's 40-mile-an-hour sneeze blows man's hair off.
Oh, you've seen that one?
Do you not remember that? It's from the Time Traveller episode.
No.
That was a genuine one that I told you.
Sadly, that's not part of my list, and I feel like it should have been.
That's fine. At least it's in there now.
It is. Very true. And what have you got for us today?
Well, Jordan, do you remember when I told you about that mystery that I cannot name? And I'm going to try the Hinterkaifeck Farm mystery?
Hinterkaifeck?
That's the one. I've got it written here, but it's probably wrong.
But probably is.
Well, I read The Room that day. I heard it in your voice, and it was clear that all that murder and horror really got you in the mood. So today, I decided to use that theme and give it a festive twist, and I have yet another enticing, shocking, and bizarre Christmas time mystery to get you hot under the paranormal collar.
Beautiful.
It is the strange and still unsolved mystery of the disappearance of the Sodder children.
Sodom?
Sodder.
Ah, okay.
Definitely not that one. This is the kind of mystery that will keep you awake at night, running through every little detail in your head, trying to make sense of something that just doesn't add up. So if you enjoy sleep, you might want to sit this one out. But before you turn off, ask yourself, do you really want to miss out on all the weirdness? Because this case has conflicting evidence, strange sightings, and a few paranormal whispers thrown in to make it, let's face it, something that I talk about. And it all started on Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, and even now, nearly 80 years later, is still causing people to scratch their heads and being brought to the listeners' ears by podcasters who have nothing else prepared.
All right, Ian, my interest is piqued.
Smashing. Let's just frickin' go then, pal. So, Jordan, the Sodder family were like any other hard-working family at the time. George Sodder had immigrated from Tulu in Sardinia in 1908, completely on his own, to West Virginia at the age of 13 in hopes of making a better life for himself. Over the years, he worked his way through odd jobs, saving money, working damn hard, and eventually he managed to start his own successful, good, honest business, a trucking company.
Perfect, living the American dream.
It's what you do, mate. By 1945, he had built a comfortable life for himself. He married his wife, Jenny, and together they had 3 children. Oh, no, wait, sorry, I read that wrong. Together they had 5 children.
I can believe that you read that wrong.
Sorry, no, wait, 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, let me pick up my glasses. 7 children.
7 children?
No, did I say 7? Sorry, I don't know what's gotten into me today. Together they had 10 children.
10?
10 children.
You sure you don't mean 14?
It does seem like it'd keep going, but no, 10 is the magic number.
Okay.
Maybe they just had OCD.
Yeah, they reached double digits and thought, well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We've got one that I can count for each finger on every hand. All good. Yes. And then the wife goes, no, wait, I've got 10 fingers too. Like, ah, shit.
Oh, God, yeah, they can count them on the foot fingers at least.
Oh, God, no, it just keeps going. 40 kids. Ah! So they were a close-knit family, well-known and well-liked in their community, and George was known to be an outspoken person. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind, and he didn't take any shit, and he'd tell you if you were being a bit of a ball bag. So George was known to have a particularly strong opinion of Benito Mussolini, Italy's fascist dictator at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't a great person.
No. If you're on that level, you're probably a bit of a penis.
Yeah.
I like the way you had to think about that.
I was going to say a big penis, but actually that implies something good. So actually, a tiny little inverted micro penis.
Yeah, them guys.
Well, you couldn't.
These views did not sit well with the local Italian-American community, but George didn't care much at all about ruffling feathers, which is too right. Speak your mind. If you've got an opinion, say it. What others think. I mean, there's probably somewhere, in that way where you should just, keep your opinions to yourself. Not every thought has to be voiced to other people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to draw the line somewhere, don't I?
Absolutely, yeah. But these views didn't go unnoticed. George Sodder would receive ominous threats and have encounters with suspicious strangers. One man visited George's home and warned him that his house would, quote, go up in smoke due to his outspoken criticism of Mussolini. A door-to-door salesman, of all people, warned George that his house would burn down and hinted that his family would suffer. Now, these warnings fueled suspicions of a plot against the family and, unfortunately, would be a premonition of things to come.
Wow, okay. This has turned dark quick.
Yeah, it starts out, happy little family life. Oh, I've made a name for myself. We're all happy. Now I'm getting threatened because, I don't like a guy who is being a cock. I mean, how can you honestly be the bad guy in this? Like, I'm a happy family life, honest guy. He's a and I'm the one getting the shit for it.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine, though, these dictators have some power.
Oh, maybe some, yeah.
More than I probably do.
Mate, I believe you are powerful.
Thank you.
And don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
All right. What should I do if they do tell me otherwise?
Kill them.
All right.
Wait, hang on. I'm noticing a theme here. So, come Christmas Eve in 1945, the whole Sodder family were gearing up for the holiday like any other family would. Their oldest child was away in the army, so that left George, Jenny, and their 9 remaining children. They were all excited, the kids were playing, the smell of Christmas cookies hung in the air, the tree was up, and the hum of happy life filled their 2-story house. At around 10 p.m, the old kids, tired from the excitement of the day, headed up to bed. The younger ones stayed up a bit, eager to take in as much of the Christmas spirit as possible before themselves calling it a night. Jenny stayed up with them, but eventually she and George went to bed, leaving the 5 kids awake downstairs. So there was Maurice, 14, Martha, aged 12, Lewis, aged 9, Jenny, 8, and Betty, who was 5.
They left them on their own?
They did, yeah. I mean, I guess you'd probably think, there's an older child down there, there's a 14-year-old, they're going to look after them. They might be responsible children. They're all quite a close-knit family, so it's not as if, they're all off doing their own thing. They're all going to be enjoying the evening. It's Christmas. You might just think, well, I know you're responsible, so just go to bed when you're ready.
Well, wasn't this Christmas Eve, you said?
It was, yeah.
So wouldn't it be
So Santa's going to be on the way.
Exactly. You'd be like, you need to get to bed.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't condone this. Come 5 p.m, my kids are in bed. They're locked in their rooms, lights off.
I mean, you do have those really industrial-grade padlocks. It's good.
Exactly, yeah. Well, how else are they going to get a good night's sleep? I mean, they'd be up, video games. Oh, give me tea or something. I don't know.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Go to sleep. That's the best way, I think.
Yeah. You don't ever give them that drink just in case they wet the bed again.
Of course. I mean, after the first time.
I mean, you had to get a new belt.
Oh, I don't know how to, how do I dig my way out of this? I can't say.
Right, I would just say this is
This is satire.
And that didn't happen.
My children are very well looked after.
They are.
Amply fed. You know what? Bit of insider information for you, just to dig myself out as much as I can. My wife is a chef. My children are very well fed. Fed a fantastic diet of vegetables, all that good stuff.
Yeah, they don't get to have the fun stuff.
Yeah, no chocolate. No chocolate after 9 a.m.
After 9 a.m. But midnight to 9, ooh.
It's chocolate town. It's chocolate fest, mate.
That sounds good. Can I join in?
Yeah, come on over.
Nice, thanks.
So anyway, sometime after midnight, at around 12:30, Jenny woke up to the sound of their house phone ringing. Groggy and half asleep, she got up, stumbled through the hallway and downstairs to answer it. On the other end of the line came a woman's voice she didn't recognise, asking for someone she didn't know. Jenny told her,
"Dude, look, you've got the wrong number."
To which the woman laughed strangely, like, I guess.
Okay.
Before hanging up, Jenny thought nothing of it, hung up the phone herself, and off she plopped back to bed. But as she was heading back to her room, she noticed that the lights were still on in the living room and the curtains weren't drawn. She thought this was a little odd, as her children usually took care of these things before they went to bed, but she assumed they had just forgotten with all the excitement of Christmas, so she just turned the lights out and headed off back to bed.
And did she check that they'd gone to bed?
I dare say she probably wouldn't have. If it was her usual routine to leave them and they go off to bed on their own, you just think that's what they'd done. I mean, the door wasn't open. I would check as a responsible parent.
Yeah.
It's chocolate time. I'd be like, you got any Twix left? You got a Snickers for me?
Exactly.
Exactly. But, Jenny did not check herself, no.
Oh, okay.
But then, a little later, around 1 a.m, Jenny was startled awake again, this time by a loud bang on the roof, followed by the sound of something rolling off. Again, she tried to brush off this noise as something she needn't bother herself with, and she rolled over and went back to sleep. But again, just 30 minutes later, around 1:30 in the AM, she awoke, but this time to the smell of smoke. Racing out of bed, to her horror, Jenny discovered the house was on fire. It seemed to be coming from George's office, where the fuse box and telephone lines were, which is important later. She ran back, woke up George, and the two of them rushed to get to their children's room to get them out before the blaze engulfed their house. They managed to get 4 of the kids out safely: Sylvia, who was 2, Marion, who's 17, John, who was 23, and George Jr., who was 16. But the 5 younger children, the ones who had been left awake downstairs, were nowhere to be found.
It's their own fault at this point.
Okay, I'll let you go tell them that.
I will.
You'd make a terrible police officer. My children are missing. Kind of your fault, that. What?
It is.
The end. I'm going home. Job well done.
I'm off for some donuts.
In police films, you see that grizzled cop, who's real hard done by, and he walks home 11 at night, walks through the door, and his wife's like, "Where have you been, man? You missed dinner with the kids again." He's like, "I had a hard day. Get off my back," that kind of thing. You'd be that cop, right, who clocks out at 3, saunters home. "Hi, darling." "No, today was absolutely lovely. I told some people that it was their own fault that they lost their kids. Some guy said he had some money stolen. I said, well, you shouldn't have left it out. And I came home."
Oh, well done, Simon. I'm so proud of you.
And also I lost my job.
Oh, Simon, you bastard.
It's their own fault. They shouldn't deal with criminals.
That's true, yeah.
So this fire spread much faster than anyone would have expected. George and Jenny did everything they could to find and save their remaining 5 children, but they were thwarted at every turn. George ran out of the house to try and grab his ladder, thinking he could get outside, climb to the second floor, break the window to the children's bedroom and get them out, but when he got to where the ladder was always propped up against the house, strangely, for the first time ever, it was missing.
Sod's law.
Sodder's law. In a panic, George then ran to one of his trucks, thinking he could drive it up to the house and use it to climb into the window upstairs. But, weirdly, none of his trucks would start. Despite, as you'd expect any vehicle to be part of a delivery fleet, would all be working perfectly just as they were the day before. Desperate, George tried to throw water on the fire from a rain barrel, but as it was Christmas, in December...
It was full of petrol.
Oh, God! Oh, I forgot that's when I keep my petrol.
I mean, he'd call it gas, wouldn't he? But
Probably. Sorry, my mistake.
you've ruined the immersion now.
That's it. Everyone turned off.
No, they did that long ago.
But no, the water was frozen solid. There was nothing more they could do. Helpless, George and Jenny stood with their surviving children and watched in horror as their house was consumed by flames. So, Jordan, you got any jokes for me there? I mean, obviously this is a comedy podcast, so hit me.
I mean, I feel like this is maybe a slightly touchy subject to try and joke about.
Well, I just figured, good old jokester over there normally has something to say, so here's the setup. Family on their lawn, watching their house burn down, 5 kids missing. Go.
All right. They...
Oh, he's trying it.
Realize... They look over and they're like, oh, look, there's a German shepherd crapping on the lawn. What a bastard. He brought the dog as well.
Comedy gold.
Thanks.
Thank you, George, for your input there. I've lost my sheep. I've been out so long.
I got caught short.
Yeah, please don't look at me. Don't watch. Oh, Jordan, you've done it.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I knew you'd come through.
Appreciate that. Oh, it's good that we've got that immersion back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm way back in the moment now. So, by 8 a.m, the house was nothing more than a pile of smouldering ash. The fire department, delayed due to manpower shortages from the war, didn't arrive until later that morning, and when they finally sifted through the ashes, they couldn't find a single trace of the 5 children. No bones, no remains, no nothing.
Well, that's good.
That is a good thing. It means they probably weren't in the house, but that just leads to more questions. So this is where things start to get a little bit weird. Several things about the fire and the events leading up to it just didn't make sense. First off, fire experts determined that the fire had been caused by faulty wiring. So this is what thing I said about earlier.
Oh, yes, that it was near the telephone wire.
Correct. But George had recently had the house rewired, and an inspector had given it a full, clean bill of health. Plus, if you remember, Jenny saw that the lights had stayed on during the early stages of the fire, which meant that it couldn't have been possible that it was an electrical fire. There was the missing ladder. The sawdust found it later, tossed into a ditch about 75 feet from the house, leaving everyone just thinking, why and how the did it actually get there? There was also the issue with George's trucks. Both had been in perfect working condition the day before, yet neither would start on the night, making it seem like they had been tampered with. And then there's the strange noises Jenny heard above the house, which she later recalled had sounded like a hard object hitting the roof and rolling off, which some speculated could have been some kind of incendiary device, possibly like a Molotov cocktail or similar, thrown onto the roof in order to start the fire. And in fact, later, a local bus driver did come forward, claiming that he had seen something that looked like balls of fire being thrown onto the sodder house that night.
Ooh, okay. It was Mussolini himself.
Take it back, you bastard! I'm not a bad guy.
I don't mean like he was on fire rolling around on the roof.
No, he's like lobbing stuff at the house. I was showing you who's the dickhead.
Best friends with that shepherd.
Hey, Bill, you done yet? Not yet. Give me some toilet roll. Oh, f***ing hell. Even more baffling was that there were reports of sightings of the Sodder children after the fire. Several witnesses claimed to have seen the children in the days following the blaze. One woman said she had seen them peering out of a car window driving away as the fire raged. Another claimed to have served them breakfast at a hotel in a nearby town the morning after the fire, and said they were accompanied by 2 men and 2 women of Italian extraction. The most compelling sighting, though, came from a woman who said she saw the children at a Charleston hotel several weeks after the fire, and according to her, the children were with 4 adults and seemed frightened. The woman said she tried to talk to them, but the adults quickly cut her off and hustled the children away.
They're not social workers by any chance, are they?
Phantom ones?
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right.
Any theory is as good as any at the moment. People might listen to that bit and go, oh, well, you know, they were kidnapped because of George's outwardly spoken words on Mussolini, so burn the house down, stole the kids. Case solved. But if 5 children were being taken from their home, especially Christmas, you'd expect them to be screaming, and the mum was woken up 3 times. So, you know, she was a light sleeper, so you would have heard these 5 children screaming.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
And 4 people, 5 kids. So even if it was like 1 adult stealing 1 child, there's still going to be 1 left over going, help, help.
It's true. Yeah, that is odd. Still blame the mum, though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, she should have just looked.
I mean, if they were already gone, you know, looking ain't going to help.
No, I mean beforehand. Before she let him up stay awake for chocolate.
that did not make any sense, John. She should have looked, you know, stay awake for chocolate.
I'll try it again. No, she should have...
Don't bother. Leave it like that. No, it's good. I like it.
No, I'm going to rectify this. She should have...
All right.
She should have checked that they had gone to bleeding bed.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was Christmas Eve. They should have been in bed anyway. So, as a responsible parent, it's on her. End of.
Stay awake for chocolate. Good point.
Thanks.
So, as you can imagine, George and Jenny Sodder weren't content to accept the official explanation that their children had perished in the fire. For years, they launched their own investigations, hiring private detectives and reaching out to the FBI, who did offer to get involved, but for some reason local authorities turned them down. One of the most chilling pieces of evidence came in 1949, when George persuaded the fire chief to dig up the site of their house, and incredibly, they found a small section of human vertebrae. However, experts examined the bones and determined that they belonged to someone aged 16 or older, far too old to have been any of the missing children, but why the actual was that there? The two sought help from psychics, who told them that children were taken and that they were in a foreign country, which may have had some stance over the years, as there were alleged sightings of them in foreign countries. In 1967, Jenny received a mysterious letter. It was postmarked from Kentucky, but had no return address, and inside was a photo of a young man in his 20s, and written on the back were the words, Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie, lil boys, A90132 or 35.
Okay.
That is what was written verbatim, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what that could even mean.
If you can give me any insight, that'd be great.
It's almost like the numbers are, it sounds horrible, but like maybe cataloguing of all these kidnapped children.
Oh, possibly like some kind of horrible child, what's the word? I don't even want to think about the word, to be honest.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, it'd be like, bring A9123 to Sector 5 or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like dissociating from the name, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. The man in the photo bore a striking resemblance to Lewis, who would have been in his 20s at the time, so the Sodders hired another private investigator to track down the sender, but nothing ever came of it. George and Jenny never gave up their search. They even put up a billboard offering $5,000 reward, which was later increased to $10,000 for any information leading to the whereabouts of their children, which remained up until Jenny's death in 1989, meaning, yep, you guessed it, the family never got any answers about the whereabouts of their missing children.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I told you it was a horrible mystery. I did warn you.
You did.
And I will put in the bio, very horrible Christmas mystery.
Just remove the Christmas bit.
Probably a good idea.
Because you'll look at Christmas and think, oh, nice, okay, interesting Christmas mystery.
Oh, it can't be that bad. Maybe there's some twist at the end, you know, like, oh, Santa came and brought them more presents. But no, the end. So over the years, some have suggested that there might have been paranormal elements to the case. The sheer number of strange occurrences, the missing ladder, the faulty trucks, the sightings, the phone call, the weird woman laughing, the letter, the fact that no remains were ever found, have all led some to believe that something beyond the ordinary was the cause of their disappearance. So, was it kidnapping? Alien abduction? Arson? Did the Sodder family perish in the blaze? Or were they abducted for reasons we simply cannot fathom? It all just seems a bit of a sketchy one. Where did they go? And why does it seem like every so often they'd get a little bit of a clue, almost as if to keep them hopeful and searching for answers they would never get? Jordan, tell me what you think about that.
I think the mother should have been looking, put the kids to bed, and then all would have been good.
I can see why you were fired from your police job now. Because they're like, right, this is all the evidence we've got. What do you think, Detective Jordan? You're like, I think the mum should have just stopped this in its tracks. Put him to bed in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, okay. Well, hindsight's a wonderful thing, Detective Jordan. But what do you think now, after the fact? Missing kids? It's like, yeah, they are missing. They should have been in bed.
It's true.
Jordan, let it go. Do your job. No, mate, it's 3:00. I'm going home.
Yeah, I clocked off ages ago.
Yeah, I'm just here to bring you all coffee. Not that mother, though.
I don't know. It's very strange. I'm not sure how much I think of that as being paranormal, though. I think a lot of that could be just man-made events.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But the paranormal aspect of it is the fact that, like the phone call at the beginning, that was a strange one. It could fall under the guise of like that wild goose chase kind of thing. Your kids go missing 20 odd years ago, and then for some reason you're getting like a little postcard just to keep you, leading you along.
Yeah. I don't know. Still, there's clearly some sort of beef with the family from what seems to be non-paranormal entities and supporters of Mussolini.
Yeah, but, that could just be a coincidence, something that happened at the same time that people would just go, well, there's your answer, when in fact, that's not your answer.
I think the simplest explanation would be that it is.
I think the simplest explanation is shut your face.
That is, indeed.
But no, it's a very sad mystery, and it is a very strange one.
But an interesting mystery all the same.
Absolutely. For us, horrible, morbidly curious humans to have a little bit of a dive into in this festive period.
Yay!
Follow my lead and padlock your children in their bedroom.
Perfect. I don't even have kids, but if I did, great advice.
I've already got the padlock.
I've already got a bedroom.
So there you have it, Jordan.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Very strange story.
So if you wouldn't mind lightening the mood for us, please, and telling us some, weirdest true news headlines?
That's the one, yeah. Things that kind of make you do a bit of a double take.
Check my memory out.
Yeah, you're not bad,
Thanks, bud.
Not good either, but not bad.
Didn't need to put that bit in, did you really?
Just thought it was there. I'll take it. It's an easy one.
Fine.
So, Ian, let's have a little look at ridiculous real-life news headlines that show truth is maybe sometimes often stranger than fiction. We'll start off quite lightly. The news headline is, quite simply, woman calls police over unsatisfactory cheeseburger.
I think I've heard this one.
Indeed, self-explanatory. A woman from Connecticut called 911 to complain about a poorly made fast food cheeseburger. As you do, of course. Dispatchers advised that she resolved the issue with the restaurant directly, as you fucking would if you weren't a loony.
Right, is it not just as stupid to make that news as it is for her to call the police about it?
Absolutely. The thing is, though, I'm guessing all these news outlets will have slow days.
Well, just don't put any news out. Just put out a piece of paper that said, everything's good today. Enjoy your life.
That would be great, but they need something, don't they? They need to maintain and churn out
Yes.
constantly.
Fucking stupid. I hate the news, right? It's always bad news, right?
It really is.
You watch the news, it's always horrible stuff. So if there's a day where it's a slow day and there's no horrible shit happening in the world, just leave it for a bit. Just be like, no, mate, just enjoy your life today. It's like when you go to school and they go, we're just having a fun day today. There's no work to do. They're not going to be like, so we're going to make you do stupid shit, that doesn't mean anything. They're just like, have some free time. That's essentially what it is. Free time for adults.
True, and we don't get enough of that.
We fucking don't. All my free time's spent up talking to you.
It is. I mean, you're lucky in that regard. It could be much worse.
It could be much worse.
But you're right. Yeah. Moving on. We also have police respond to a noise complaint, but join the party instead.
Oh.
So I was not expecting this. This is where officers in Minnesota responded to a late night complaint about loud music, but ended up joining the festivities. The police participated in backyard games and posed for photos with said partygoers, turning what could have been a tense situation into actually quite a joyful one.
Are these the officers that trained you? Detective Jordan.
No comment. That's one thing I learned. How about police hunt for man who chewed bus seat?
Why?
This one I thought, what the fuck?
I mean, fair enough if he chewed the bus seat. I'm not asking why he chewed it. You know, people are weird, fair enough. But why would the police waste their time hunting for him?
Such a good question. Well, what happened was, in an incident that's both bizarre and unhygienic in equal measure, authorities in the UK, launched an investigation to locate a man caught on CCTV biting into a bus seat. The footage puzzled both police and locals as the man caused noticeable damage to public property in the process. And the motive behind the act remains a mystery to this day.
I know why. I know why he did it.
Oh, God.
It sounds like I'm going to make some stupid joke, but this is just a sad truth.
Right. I'm geared up. I'm ready. Go on.
Okay. Right. A little bit of information about me. My wife knows this, and she regularly takes the mick out of me for it. But when I was a young child, so like 5 and below, I don't know why I can remember this, but I do remember sitting in the back of my parents' car, and you know, like the way car seats look, it's like really short hair, so it's like kind of felty.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I used to look at that, right, and the thought of that on my teeth, like I've got this phobia, like not brushing my teeth, but you know, the noise of it is like nails on a chalkboard for me. Right. So it's like it goes through me. So similar to that, the thought of the car seat fur touching my teeth used to make me cringe inside.
Okay. So you decided to bite it.
Yeah, precisely.
What?
So to prove to myself so that I could relax, so to prove to myself that it wouldn't make me cringe, I would bite it.
Fucking hell. And it was just a habit you never got out of. You did work for a bus company, so I mean, it all comes full circle.
But no, yeah, so when I was a child, you know, the thought of looking at those car seats just used to make me feel awful. So to prove to myself that it was all okay, I would bite it and I would be able to relax for the rest of the car journey.
It's like desensitization therapy.
I guess I was a smart child, yeah.
You were biting seats.
I stopped progressing at 6.
And it's still a hobby to this day.
Yeah. So don't ever show me your car.
Or it's lucky my car has leather seats.
Oh, it's even worse, mate.
Oh, is it? It's not furry, though.
It just reminds me of jerky, though, because now I'm just a chubber and I love food, so...
It's horrible. Oh, how about... This is kind of horrible, actually. Baby made to wait 2 hours for unicycling doctor.
What?
I know. So, a doctor with a passion for unicycling...
Do it in your spare time.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it to work.
Yeah, don't do it on the clock.
What a prick.
So this prickish doctor delayed tending to a newborn due to his long commute with this unusual vehicle.
Set off earlier.
Just fucking don't.
Yeah.
And while his balancing skills might inspire patience, the family of the newborn baby wasn't amused by the prolonged wait for medical attention, leading to a mixed reaction online. Now, when I say mixed reaction online, I don't know how that could possibly be mixed.
No.
Like, there's no one that's going, I mean, doctor had a point. He was doing his best.
He's entitled to unicycle to work if he chooses.
But that's just crackers.
There's a baby's life on the line. You know, maybe tell him to get his act together. I tell you what, bring the unicycle to work on your back, right? Get there on time, do your shift, unicycle home. Then it doesn't matter if you're late for anything. Oh no, the spaghetti's burnt. Like, who gives a cook some more? It's not a baby's life.
Exactly. Well, how about, though, Florida man throws alligator through drive-through window?
Wow.
A man escalated a minor dispute with fast food staff by throwing a live alligator through the window. The creature, unharmed but confused, became evidence in what turned into a felony case.
I can imagine.
The man was later admitted it was intended as a prank.
Yeah, likely story.
As you do. I mean, I don't know how you even get in that situation in the first place, to be honest with you.
Yeah, how the did you pick up an alligator? Like, did you bribe it? Like,
while you drive... Well, I'm assuming he was driving. He might not have been.
Yeah, couldn't tell you. I mean, that is that's anyone's guess. But yeah, I mean, like, do you bribe it? Like, hey, mate, want some free burgers? And it's like, oh, yeah, so I just need to pick you up. Is that all right? Sure thing, pal. Because if you get anywhere near that gator, it's probably going to try and bite you.
You would think so.
Why the would I want burgers when I can just eat you right now? Florida man.
It's very true. How about burglar caught after leaving behind notebook detailing crimes? So this is one absolute idiot. It's a man who meticulously documented his criminal activities addresses in a notebook that he accidentally dropped at the burglary site.
Why would you take it with you?
Exactly. I am assuming he continued to document little things and little details as he was doing it, which doesn't seem efficient.
No.
But that's my only thought.
I guess he maybe just doesn't want to forget even the minutest detail. It's like, broke in through the window, stubbed my toe. Better write that down.
Remember coffee table next time. And it goes on to say, among the details were addresses of homes he planned to target next, leaving investigators all they needed to solve the case, and his misstep led to a quick conviction.
Nice. Take note, Jordan. That's how you do your police job.
Look for notebooks.
Yeah, just to get the clues.
All right, I tried, all right. Can't help it. Those donuts were a calling.
It was home time. It was 2:30.
It was. How about vultures with corrosive vomit destroy radio tower?
Well, from the Alien universe.
No, I didn't know this, but vultures apparently have quite acidic vomit. And so basically, there was a radio tower, and this was in Texas, where it caused excessive damage because there were protected vultures inhabiting this tower, and it was just covered with the droppings and that acidic vomit. And efforts to manage the birds were stopped by wildlife protection laws, which made it a little bit tricky, leaving the officials in a bit of a predicament. And so that eventually corroded and ended up destroying the radio tower.
Wow. Just shoo them off. Just like, go out of here.
You can't, they're protected birds.
Yeah, you're not trying to kill them. Just shoo, get out of here. Go on.
But it's their home. It's like birds nesting in your gutter. Mm-hmm. You can't really do anything about it.
Jet wash.
You can't, I don't think legally do anything about it.
Well, as long as you're the policeman who's looking into it, I think I'm safe.
Just do it at 2:30, it's fine.
Yeah. Just see you wandering home past my house in your police uniform. Hey, Jordan, you on the job? Nah, mate, going home. Tea time. Nice.
As if, I'm the only person.
Yeah, only policeman on the job.
How about man dressed as Batman chased by police while riding a scooter?
Why?
I mean, you could ask that about a lot of things, I suppose. But in a small UK town, a man in a full Batman costume drew attention for riding a scooter recklessly.
Oh, okay, well, there we are.
The batty twat.
Batty twat.
Police pursued him in what became a comical low-speed chase, with locals cheering the unlikely escaped crusader as he continuously evaded capture.
Do you think he was doing that, that old British music, but with his bat voice, like... I
really hope he was going...
Help me!
Sort of. This next one's kind of ill-natured, I think, but it's a weird title, which is City Uses Death Metal Music to Deter Homeless People from Sleeping in Parks.
Yeah, that's cruel, isn't it, really?
That is so horrible. And this is in Canada, where the officials devised the unusual deterrent to discourage loitering in public parks by blasting loud death metal music at night. And while it's effective, the policy drew criticism, thankfully, for its unconventional and abrasive approach. And it's honestly just like when cities, I've seen this, put spikes on the floor under bridges.
Yeah, and
to sort of
on
prevent,
benches.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit
I just think it's horrible.
It is. It's a bit fucking demoralising.
It is, and you just think that is the, taxpayers' money that is being spent on that, but we have zero say.
Yeah, take all that money that you've used to install spikes on shit and build a place.
Give them a room somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. How about bear breaks into car, drinks 69 cans of soda?
Oh, God, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Like a bear can't read you like, I hope this is beer.
It's true, yeah. So this is a bear that was in Canada, and it found its way into an unlocked vehicle where it consumed literally dozens of cans of fizzy drinks. And I couldn't quite bring myself to say soda again.
Yeah, thank you.
Does take me back to the old Keenan and Kel days, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, Keenan and Kel. Did you ever hear that rumour that went round that Kel had died?
Oh, yeah. I believed that for some time, actually.
So did I, until I saw him on TV like 5 years ago or something. I was like, oh, he's alive. Thank God.
Or ghosts are real.
Confirmed. Paranormal confirmed.
I loved Keenan and Kel. I thought they were great.
I love that show.
Did you ever watch Good Burger? It was a film.
I did watch Good Burger, and are you aware that they have done a second one?
They have, but I haven't seen it.
I refuse to watch it.
Oh, just in case it ruins it.
Yeah, I have good memories of watching the first one when I was a child, and I don't want to watch the second one now, thinking I would love it just the same, just to be disappointed.
Yeah. Often sequels just don't match up, though, do they?
God, no. Not the same energy.
Especially 20 years later.
Yeah, I mean, the people in it are now, like, nearly 60, probably.
So when you get, 46-year-olds acting as if they're fucking teenagers,
yep,
gets a bit silly, doesn't it?
And I mean, I can almost hear some people who are probably listening to this shouting at me going, what about Blink 182, Iain? They do the exact same thing. They're nearly 50 and they're still acting like they're 20-year-olds, right? But I know, okay? I hear it.
Yeah.
Don't get on at me, please.
I mean, maybe quite a niche find there, to be honest with you, that connection between Keenan and Kel and Blink 182.
Yeah, well, I'm the connection master.
Still shit at Connect 4, though.
Yeah, it's the one thing I can't master. My one kryptonite.
Penultimate one, how about Grandma fends off burglar with table leg?
Good going, Grandma.
It is, really. So this is also in the UK with an elderly woman who defended her home by wielding a table leg against the intruder.
I love the energy that she'd have had to put into that.
I know.
So, like, a burglar breaks in, and instead of picking up a knife, a spatula, or anything, she breaks a leg off of her table just to show her sheer strength. That's an intimidation tactic, that one. Oh, hello there, dearie. Can I make you some death? He pulls the table leg off. Come at me, bro.
What it fails to mention, though, is that this intruder comes in and she smashes the table over his head. A piece of leg falls off and then she beats him with it.
Just picks that up, yeah.
I mean, it was a huge oak dining table.
Poor guy was dead before he hit the ground.
She just wanted to make sure. So when the police came, she was like, I just used this table leg. Man, why is there a big split down the middle of your oak table?
Why is the guy essentially got no head? It's caved into his chest.
Oh, God. And I'll leave you with my favourite one, just because it's such a strange sentence. Parrot arrested for alerting drug dealers about police raid.
Wow.
A parrot in Brazil was trained to squawk warnings whenever it saw police officers approaching. I mean, it's kind of clever, really, but...
It's fairly clever, yeah.
During a raid, however, the bird's cries alerted its owners, but authorities seized it as evidence in an ongoing investigation.
What did they do with it while it was being held? Like, because, they put evidence, like, in an evidence locker. Like, are you allowed to feed evidence?
Such a good point. And also, would it just constantly squawk? It's constantly seeing police.
Yeah, it's very true, yeah. And they stick it in the evidence locker with, like, all the drugs, all the money, all the guns, and they just come back and the parrot's laid in its back just like, fuck me, man. And all the drugs have been eaten.
Yeah, they don't normally let me have this. So actually, I've got a final little bonus one for you.
Nice.
Because I think this is something we can all take away from the story. And that is, quality sleep hack, man used free trial mattresses for over a year. So the idea was a New Yorker cleverly exploited year-long free trial policies from online mattress companies by repeatedly returning them within the trial periods, returning them for being uncomfortable with their money-back guarantees. He cycled through enough brands to avoid paying for a bed entirely, but eventually quit after the process became too labour-intensive.
Yeah, I can imagine that being quite annoying.
Yeah, especially like the returning of and the redelivery and so on.
Yeah, and then, there'd be the few days in between where you got no mattress and you got to sleep on the sofa.
No, you'd probably align it so at least you have 2 mattresses in the house at one point.
Oh, it's just annoying though, isn't it?
Yeah, but if it's free, mattresses are expensive.
Very true, they are expensive. I've just recently bought a new one.
Have you?
Yep.
Is it good?
It's alright, yeah. Thinking about returning it in about 8 months.
Gonna get your money back?
I don't think I could get my money back now. The amount of stains that are on it already.
It's christened, at least.
Most definitely.
So there you have it, Iain. Some of the weirdest, kind of double-taking news headlines.
I loved it, John. Thank you very much for filling me in on those. I've never heard any of them before, apart from the first one, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, I love it. I love hearing new stuff that makes me go, huh?
Perfect. Got you covered.
You are a good egg.
I tried to be. Just stop calling me Humpty Dumpty.
No deal. Right, Humpty, so does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Whoop-de-doo! Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode. And maybe even tell a friend about the lovely festive stories that we tell on this podcast, and just don't let them know what they're going to be in for, so that by the time they finish listening to it, you can say, if I had to hear it, so did you.
It's fair enough, really. And if you would like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to create your own news headline? Click the link.
Want to return your used mattress? Click the link.
And if you click that link, you will be jetted off to Patreon, where you can find all of your Two Guys What's Up extras, including some fantastic merch, some shout-outs, our own branded t-shirts, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and awful voices, well, now you can get more, because we now release bonus episodes, which come out on the last Friday of every single month. There is currently at least 70, at most 18, sitting up there right now, just waiting for your ears to go and have a little old wriggle around that extra Oreo goodness. And all that is available right now, starting with those fantastic full-length, unbeeped bonus episodes, but just £3 a month.
Beautiful bargains. So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do it, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clicking pleasure.
But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best way to do that for us, and we would just be forever grateful.
Forever autumn.
But on that note, thanks for listening. Have an amazing week, guys, and we will see you next Monday.
Mattress!
But then, a little later, around 1 a.m, Jenny was startled awake again, this time by a loud bang on the roof, followed by the sound of something rolling off. Go on.
Santa.
That's what I'd have thought, because I never learned that the truth. For any children listening, I'm not going to tell you the truth. That's on your parents.
What do you mean, the truth?
That Santa doesn't land on roofs. He only comes through the front door.
Oh,
Good save.
really sad now.
Sorry, buddy. He's got a skeleton key. Lets you in any door in the room, in the world. That's the one.
Oh, the magic's ruined.
Christmas is cancelled. Thanks, Iain. I will be waiting at my front door with a shotgun this year. Get down the chimney, bitch.
That's all right. He lets himself through the front door. Turned into Home Alone all of a sudden.
I've got some paint cans for you if you want them to hang over your banister.
Please, that'd be really good. And maybe a hot iron and a tarantula.
Yeah, sure thing. I tell you what, I have actually got a very masochistic child if you just want that,
Brilliant,
Just set up traps around your house. I'll just send him over.
Oh, God, yeah, I mean, I would feel protected.
There you go. You can have both of them. 2 for 1.
Thank you. Don't you need one?
No. Santa don't visit me anymore, not after last year. No, I'm not going to go that. I'm not going that route.